One of the most common questions I get is, does the brand of my bullion actually matter? Now, I've been in the bullion industry for over half a decade as both a customer and a seller. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how and why the brand of bullion that you buy does or does not matter. Now, I'm going to be doing it depending on your personal investing goals. If you don't know who I am, my name is Steph. I'm from alatheos.com. What we do is help people, businesses, and super funds invest over $50,000 into precious metals safely, securely, and more importantly, legally. I make these videos completely for free for everybody else so that you're more likely to buy precious metals, because I believe every single human on the planet should have at least some of their wealth inside of precious metals. Now, the main thing that determines whether the brand of your bullion actually matters is actually your own personal investment goals. There are two main mindsets when it comes to purchasing precious metals, and that is the investor mindset or the collector or reseller mindset. The investor mindset is basically, I want to invest in the metal itself. I don't really care what shape or form it comes in. I want the most cost-effective way in order to buy gold and silver as low to the spot price as humanly possible. These are the clients that I deal with. The second mindset is the collector and reseller mindset. The majority of these guys care about rare designs, coins, particular brands, super hyper rare coins that they can buy and then resell later. Or if they're just collectors, they'll buy and hold them for their personal collection. People we deal with are investors themselves. The guys that want to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into the metal itself. If you're into coin collecting and all that kind of stuff, that's bloody awesome. That's not the people we serve. I'm into the coin collecting myself as well. It's a absolute passion side hobby for me, 100%, but it is very difficult to buy hundreds of thousands of dollars of specific and rare coins and trying to make a return on that. The accounting is a nightmare. So if you are an investor, what are the factors that you need to consider when evaluating which products or bullion products that you should invest in? The main thing you need to focus on is purity and weight. Brand itself is not necessarily that important when you're an investor. Different story if you're a coin collector, you're wanting to resell those kinds of products. That's a completely different story. Those matter almost entirely. However, when we're buying hundreds of thousands of dollars of both gold and silver, that is not the primary thing that we're worried about. We're worried about, if denoted on the bar, if it's a 1 ounce gold bar like the four in front of me, I've got over $20,000 of gold in front of me right now. It doesn't look very large. That's because gold is so valuable now. Now, it's not necessarily the shape, it's about the weight and the purity. All of these bars in front of me are denoted as 1 ounce bars, and they all are all pure. Now, we're lucky in Australia, pure bullion, stamped bullion is completely GST free, so you immediately save 10% when buying the product. Reputable brands like Perth Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint, Pamp Suisse. So I'll hold these products up. I've got a Pamp Suisse bar right here. I'm not sure if the camera will focus. I'll try my best. I've got a Royal Canadian Mint snake here. This is more of a rare design or a rare coin. So I wouldn't typically recommend this for our customers, purely because you will pay a higher premium for these products. Again, we're trying to invest in the metal itself, not a fancy schmancy design because it looks cute, right? I have had that happen before. For all the Australian people that are watching, we've got the Perth Mint. This is probably, in my opinion, one of the greatest mints in the world. Perth Mint's quality control is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And the last bar in front of me is a locally produced bar, produced here in Melbourne. Again, the brand isn't that important. As long that it is reputable and the person that you're buying it from is reputable, I wouldn't worry too much about the brand. It's not a majority thing to worry about. What matters is getting as low to spot as possible and paying as less premium as possible. Typically, with local brands, you can source the product for much cheaper than more internationally recognized brands. I'll give you an example. So this Liberty Bullion bar, you will almost find always cheaper than Pamp Suisse bars. The reason being is because there is a premium on Pamp Suisse bars because it is internationally recognized, if not the most recognized brand when it comes to bullion. And you will pay a premium for that recognition. In terms of super funds, in terms of pure investments, that's not relevant. Not relevant at all. What matters is if it's 99.99% gold or silver and that it is stamped as 1 ounce or 1 kilogram bars of silver. So do not worry about the design, especially when you're an investor. That is not something you need to consider at all. Whether it's minted bar or cast bar is also completely irrelevant. It does not matter. You want to source a product that you can receive relatively quickly from the bullion dealers. You want to know that it's 99.99% pure, and you want it to be to weigh what it's actually denoted as on the stamp itself. Those are the only variables that you should consider. When we're great investing in itself is extremely boring. It is extremely boring. I get customers who buy hundreds of thousands of dollars and then wonder if they should vary it between loads of different products. Why? If you've got the best product in terms of gold, which is gold ounces, and silver, which is silver kilograms, locally produced silver kilograms, why would you buy anything else for more when it is the exact same product? It doesn't make any sense. Don't be cute. That's another one of my favorite sayings that I have heard over the years. Don't be cute. We're not trying to be fancy, right? We're trying to do what works. This is partly why I'm making this video, whether you buy through me or not. If you're buying purely for investment, your best bet are the boring stuff. Half ounces of gold if you can't afford ounces, ounces of gold, and then kilograms of silver. I would rather people save up for longer periods of time and buy kilograms of silver rather than smaller denominations of silver if they're going for investment purposes only, because you save so much money on premiums. The moment you get smaller into smaller and smaller size bars for both gold and silver, you start to experience higher and higher premiums. The more complex the bar gets, the lower the mintage, the rarer the coin. If it's a coin versus a bar, you pay more and more premiums. We're not here to be cute, right? We're not here to be pretty. We're not here to invest in these because they look nice. We're here to buy cold, hard bullion. We're going to put it in a vault or store it at your place, and you're going to forget about it. You're going to buy it as close to spot as humanly possible, and that is the only goal. That's the process that we help our clients through to ensure that they properly invest in the material itself rather than what's on the design. So that's what matters as an investor. We've talked about the brand of the physical product itself. What about the people dealing it? What about the individual bullion dealers themselves? This is slightly different. You only want to purchase, both from refiners and wholesalers, but from bullion dealers that are reputable. In regards to bullion dealers themselves, you can get a feel very quickly whether a bullion dealer is reputable or not. It's very quick. If your gut is telling you otherwise, you should probably go the other way or ask them to test it in front of you. Some bullion dealers are branded better than others in the economy, allows them to charge different prices. It is the exact same thing for shoes. Nike can charge $150, $200 for a pair of shoes because it's Nike. The same goes for bullion dealers. Certain bullion dealers in Australia can charge higher prices as opposed to other bullion dealers. Now, the great thing is, the difference between the shoes is that the shoe example is that Nike shoes are probably actually really great or have this cool thing, whatever. It's a different product as opposed to their cheaper counterparts. When it comes to bullion itself, it is the single exact same product. It may even be in the exact same case from the same exact refiner, but they charge a different price for it. The reason being is because they can, and they would like to make more money, which isn't inherently a bad thing. Certain businesses run better than others, and the ones that are better run can, if they would like to, pass that efficiency on to their customer in terms of cheapest prices. Great way that you can determine or find product that is affordable or not excessively expensive is to compare. Do your due diligence. Go through each individual bullion dealer themselves and determine their prices and see if they are either extremely expensive or extremely cheap. If you pay too large of a premium, and by premium, you've got the spot price and then premium on top, which is inclusive of the refining and wholesaling fee, as well as the bullion dealers in order for them to stay in business. If this fee is too large, they want to have less transaction volume and charge higher prices for those clients, which is a perfectly acceptable strategy because then they can source the product quicker and provide better service to their clients. The guys at the most expensive as well are retailers that are not specialized in bullion. Never buy from those people, right? They are rorting you. If you're paying $200 per ounce over for gold, you're getting ripped off so bad, I want to slap you. Anyway, you want to do it with somebody you trust. Now, you can do that through me and the bullion dealer I'm affiliated with. If you like me enough, if you reckon my nose is too big, that's fine. I'm Greek. It's not going to get any smaller. It is what it is, right? That's pretty much it when it comes to the bullion dealers themselves, because the underlying product is the exact same. The difference in prices you see is to do with operations and business. It doesn't reflect necessarily the product itself. The goal that we want to have as investors in the precious metals itself is to buy bullion as low to spot as humanly possible, but with the condition that we buy it from a reputable bullion dealer who knows how to run a business. Because we don't want to pay for that product and that bullion dealer goes bankrupt and now we lose our funds. That's not what we want to happen, because bullion dealing itself, it's extremely complex, because you've got, imagine selling t-shirts and the cost of your t-shirts literally changes every second. It's very difficult because you've got to worry about price hedging and financial contracts, not relevant to you guys, but the general gist is that you want to buy from people you trust and you know are doing the correct thing. Great investing is difficult, not because it is complex, but purely because it is simple. We are required to act simply and be boring for a prolonged period of time. That is what great investing is. I hope you found the video helpful. Buy from trustworthy sources and enjoy the rest of your week. I'll catch you guys later on the next one.